The Breakfast Jam with Myra Maloba. Listening to Icon Radio, your number one entertainment plan.
Taking it nice and easy as we started this morning. Absolutely loved that song. That was Atomic Kitten with Eternal Flame. We also had Uncle Sam, I Don't Ever Want to See You Again, and Tamia, So Into You. Ooh, loving it. Great way to start on Monday, Monday morning. All right, let's take a look quickly into the news making the headlines today now. It is revealed that Pakistani pathologists find crucial evidence missed by Kenyan medics. Now, 8 pathologists conducting a second post-mortem on the Pakistani journalist who was killed in Kenya last week found a bullet lodged in his chest. The pathologists from the Pakistan Institute of Medical Sciences said they had found a metal which they later identified as a bullet when they conducted the postmortem on Wednesday last week after Mr. Arshad Sharif's body arrived in his home country. They handed the bullet to the police officers in Pakistan. Now, investigators said they believe the bullet is a crucial lead in the ongoing investigations into the murder of Mr. Sharif, which has been marred by controversy. Now, it is unclear whether the pathologists who conducted the post-mortem in Kenya last Tuesday had noticed the bullet, and if so, if they deliberately left it there. Nation is in possession of the post-mortem report filed in Pakistan, which states that Mr. Sharif, who was 50 rather, died 10 to 30 minutes after he was shot in the brain and lung. Oh my word. Now, the board is of the opinion that the deceased died due to firearm inquiries that caused damage to the brain and the right lung, the report read. It added that all the injuries were antemortem in nature and that they could lead to an ordinary cause of death. Antemortem injuries usually refer to events occurring before death. The pathologist said that the first post-mortem was conducted 2 or 3 days after the journalist had died. The body was taken from the Quaid-e-Azam International Hospital in Islamabad by 2 police officers only identified as Mr. Ramna and Mr. Shabazz. His body was brought to the hospital while wrapped in a blanket and a bedsheet. A Y-shaped postmortem stitch wound, 28 centimeters, which starts from the shoulder to his stomach. In Kenya, pathologists said the journalist was killed due to a gunshot between the shoulder and the head. Chief Government Pathologist Johansen Odua told Nation that if a bullet is found in a body during a post-mortem, it is usually removed and handed over to investigating officers. He explained that if there was a bullet in the body of the journalist, then it would be important if the entry point was also shown. Addressing the media after the autopsy conducted in Kenya, Pakistani High Commissioner to Kenya, Sarklain Sieda, said the television journalist died from gunshot wounds. Back in Kenya, investigations are going on, and 4 officers attached to the General Service Unit at the Magadi Training College were questioned last Tuesday and Wednesday. Their firearms were confiscated by detectives attached to the Directorate of Criminal Investigations. On Tuesday, Rift Valley Directorate of Criminal Investigations boss Mwenda Meme led detectives to the place where the journalist was said to have been shot by the GSU officer as well. Even just the scenes when his body arrived are just disheartening. And we hope they get to the bottom of this by the end of it all. All right, elsewhere, 6 dead as drunk driver rams tuk-tuk in Nairobi. Now, 6 people lost their lives early yesterday in an accident involving 3 vehicles at corner area near Kamaki's Eastern Bypass, a few kilometers from the Thika Superhighway. Now, according to eyewitness accounts, a Toyota Land Cruiser Prado that was speeding rammed a tuk-tuk that was entering the highway from behind, which in turn hit a matatu parked by the roadside, waiting to pick passengers. Now, the driver of the tuk-tuk and 5 passengers, including 1 child, died on the spot. Mr. Cairo, a boda operator who was among the first people at the scene, said, "I had just dropped off a customer in the area and I was on my way to pick another person when I heard a loud bang. When I looked back, I saw the tuk-tuk that I had left at the stage picking passengers and a cloud of dust where the Prado had overturned and landed off the road. The driver of the Prado, who was allegedly drunk, escaped the incident with minor injuries and is currently being held at the Ruiru police station. He is expected to be charged with causing death by dangerous driving, according to a police report. Police responding to the incident came to the rescue of the alleged drunk driver, who was being roughed up by a group of people at the scene. The police calmed the angry mob, asking them to let the law take its due course and reassuring them that due process would be followed. Tuk-tuk operators in the area say they are saddened and shaken by the incident in which they lost one of their own together with all his passengers. The operators pleaded with drivers to be more vigilant and mindful of other road users to avoid such unfortunate loss of life, especially in the area famous for its high number of entertainment joints. My God. 6 people gone just like that. I usually wonder, what is usually the penalty for such cases? I usually wonder what is a ramification for, especially for a drunk driver who knowingly got behind the wheels of a car and caused the death of 6 people, including a child. Wow. All right, let us get back into the music. Right now we have music from All Saints, Monifa, and Mikey the Mechanics. Again, taking it nice and easy this morning on the Breakfast Jam as we start off your week nice and slow. Keep it here. I am Myra Maloba, the Afropunk Queen.
searching places to find a piece of something to call.
The Breakfast Jam with Myra Maloba.
Piece of something to call mine. Coming closer to you. Ran along many moors, walked through many doors. The place where I wanna be is the place I can call mine. Is the place I can call mine. Coming closer. I'm moving, I'm coming. Can you hear what I hear? It's calling you, my dear. Out of reach, take me to my knees. I can hear it calling you. I'm coming out, drowning, swimming closer to you. Never been here before. I'm intrigued, I'm unsure. I'm searching for more. I've got something that's all mine. I've got something that's all mine. Take me somewhere I can breathe. I've got so much to see. This is where I wanna be. In a place I can call mine. In a place I can call mine. I'm moving, I'm coming. Can you hear what I hear? It's calling you, my dear. Out of reach, take me to my knees. I can hear it calling you. I'm coming out, drowning, swimming closer to you. Moving, coming. Can you hear what I hear? I hear it calling you, swimming closer to you. Many faces I have seen, many places I have been. Walked the deserts, swam the shore. Many faces I have known, many ways in which I've grown. Moving closer on my own. I'm moving, I'm feeling. I'm coming, I'm drowning. I'm moving, I'm feeling. I'm coming, I'm drowning. I'm moving, I'm coming. Can you hear what I hear? It's calling you, my dear. Out of reach, take me to my knees. I can hear it calling you. I'm coming out, drowning, swimming closer to you. I'm moving, I'm coming. Can you hear what I hear? It's calling you, my dear. Out of reach, take me to my knees. I can hear it calling you. I'm coming out, drowning, swimming closer to you. I'm moving, I'm coming. Can you hear what I hear? It's calling you, my dear. Out of reach, take me to my knees.
You're now listening to Icon Radio, your number one entertainment plug.
All right.
The Breakfast Jam with Myra Maloba.
Original.
The Breakfast Jam with Myra Maloba. You're now listening to Icon Radio, your number one entertainment plan.
That look in your eye. I never dreamed it could be over. I never wanted to say goodbye. Looking back over my shoulder with an aching deep in my heart. I wish we were starting over. Oh, instead of drifting so far apart. Everybody told me you were leaving. Funny, I should be the last to know. Baby, please tell me that I'm dreaming. I just never want to let you go. Looking back over my shoulder, I can see that look in your eye, turning my heart over and over. I never wanted to say goodbye. I don't mind.
Being actress Elizabeth Taylor what was his father's decision. Now, the story of Nairobi Hilton is fascinating if you look at events that led to its construction at the time in the late 1960s. We know from various biographers that Nick's father, Conrad, the founder of Hilton Hotels, had little regard for him, even though he was in charge of the international chain of hotels. Nick, or Nicky as he was known, was drinking a lot, and his father was worried about the scion of his empire was wasting his early years. And that Hilton International, the subsidiary of Hilton Hotels Corporation, was handling international business and had become Nick's hideout. Nick's friends claimed that the drinking started spoiled then fragment of Hollywood with Elizabeth will be beyond anything you have experienced, Conrad advised his son. Don't let me get married without your approval. Nick stuck to his guns. You have my approval, but I think you're making a big mistake, said Conrad. Then it will be my mistake, said Nick, and then they parted. And when the drinking, partying, and wastage started, Conrad started to worry and watch. As a result, the marriage with Taylor lasted only 6 months and a divorce in January 1952, thanks to Nick's violent behavior, gambling, drug addiction, and drinking. Now, Hilton International subsidiary, which is in 1966, Conrad had appointed Nick to head the Hilton International subsidiary, hoping it would keep him busy, perhaps away from his drink. And in winter of 1966, Nick was busy drinking at home with friends during an afternoon when his father made a surprise visit, according to the biographer J. Randy Taraborelli. He wrote, Conrad walked into the room straight as a board, still agile and determined in his gait. Then, taking one look at the display of carafe, which had whiskey and glasses on the coffee table, he stopped and looked at Nick. Not overdoing it, right? He asked. It is claimed that he began to ask him about a deal concerning the new Hilton in Paris, and Nick said he didn't have it memorized. Well, you'll have to wait tomorrow when we are at work. Conrad looked at his son and said, you know, when I was your age, everything was right up here. Nick got offended, and what are you trying to say? Nothing, said Conrad. He then walked out. Nick followed, according to the biographer. And whatever in the next 15 minutes was likely not pleasant, and at least by Nick's demeanor. When he turned and sat back down on the couch, he seemed utterly defeated. He poured himself another scotch. So by then now, the dream of setting up his own empire, or rather a subsidiary leading into the international, started. And that's when it led into the building of the Nairobi Hilton. But by the time Nairobi Hilton was opening, Nicky was dead, apparently a victim of his own excesses at only 42. And it has been quite the journey since the row between father and son, and 53 years later, the Hilton finally closes its doors. And just from a dream, or rather a row between father and son. Well, it has left such a big mark that it still holds Jobless Corner right here in the heart of Nairobi. We hope to see what will happen next with the Hilton. Hopefully, it'll be bought up by somebody else because, again, it is a landmark building right here in Nairobi, and I hope it will be preserved for the history that it holds till today. All right, we are exactly at the top of the hour, and we are getting into the Kenyan hour. We have music from the likes of
For that accident.
Who's that?
Nonini will play Waliotuacha by Nonini. For those guys who lost their lives.
Right. Waliotuacha Nonini.
And the one I told you the other time,
Regina. Oh my word.
Regina,
Ooh, Lord. Okay.
And Bonarafton.
Aha.
Mwikulu.
Hey, that's a big throwback. All right. So it's all about throwbacks and Kenyan music in this hour. And we'll be looking at a few other things as we get into it. Remember, you can hit me up and give me your opinion on whatever we're discussing on +254 788 0030. Let's keep it here on The Breakfast Jam.
To Icon Radio, your number one entertainment flag.
Tena naisikia mpaka kwa haga kwa mara mwisho. Jamaa cheni tuniulize swali moja ingoma na rap na pia tunabonga. Ungepatiwa wish moja hii dunia ingekuwa nini? Najua mamanzi wengi wangewish kwa mkabet moja na Nonini, lakini kuna vitu muhimu nafaa kwanza kuangalia kama Mungu hivi akulindie familia, au chali asifanye saa yote manzi yake kulia, na pia kutia bidii mpaka ukue na mali mingi. Kila siku sio amka unaona siku ya pili. bila kuwa na ugonjwa yote ndani hiyo mwili. Basi hiyo ndio mali mingi naweza uishi maisha yangu, na nashukuru Mungu naweza shika joi kalamu kuandika ngoma tamu kwa hii kitabu. Kuna watu wengi walitaka kuona leo hawajaona, kuna wengi walitaka kuolewa hawajaolewa. Kwa hivyo ejua kila saa ukiwa kwa baa unalewa. Kuna mtu yuko hospitali jua anakatikiwa na hewa, unapewa yeye jaribu kushikilia hewa kalemewa.
Maisha ni mafupi ndugu yangu, waonyeshe mapenzi uwapendao. Mola huwabariki waliotuacha. Maisha ni mafupi ndugu yangu, waonyeshe mapenzi uwapendao. Mola huwabariki waliotuacha.
Nasikia kulia nikisikia sauti hiyo gitaa, pia nikikumbuka madhangu saa zingine vile uniita jina maremu brathangu jo mkubwa. Alituacha kabla hata mito sijakuwa mkubwa, kabla hata local watu wajanza hata kusikiza local kabla hata igenge jakubaliwa kabisa. Ndio maana siku hizi hata siendagi kanisa. Ile uchungu musikia nikimwona kwa picha, ile oga musikia nikitembea bila yeye kwa giza. Jamaa mkiniona saa zingine sitaki kucheka, mchukulia tino nini siku hizi anatulenga. Ni vile tu nikicheka jo hiyo mcheko yangu utoka exactly tuka ile ya brathangu Jamaa moja alikuwa mtu wa reggae damu, na ishipia angekuwa hapa sikize ngoma zangu. Ingembamba kila siku kufungua gazeti anione hapo, akiasha TV one ngoma na ngota ndani bado. Yeye ndio niparo ya kuandika ngoma mambo bado, na hivyo swacha tu nimalizie hapo.
Maisha ni mafupi ndugu yangu, waonyeshe mapenzi uwapendao. Mola huwabariki waliotuacha.
Ni ngumu kuandika hii verse ya 3, sababu hii verse imededicate watu watatu. Unplugged ya 2002 ndio nitaikumbuka kabisa, sababu nilipanda stage moja na maremu Isa. Ndamsikiza kila siku na mabest ndani ya gari, na forever ngoma zake Kenya Jozi Ngari. Wiki moja hata kama mimi na wewe tukua igongana, najua siku moja Mungu akipenda tutapatana. Twende tukawake. Nakumbuka vitu poa sana juu yake. Birthday yangu alikuwa na mimi anajua wapi, na alikuwa namrespect sana juu ya kitu moja. Alikuwa mabeste sana na sisi hataka alikuogopa jamaa. Kwa hivyo vile miaka Jozi nasonga, mswaisa hao watu watatu jo mkichonga, mkisoma, mkichoma, na kila saa mkiwa pamoja jo mkibonga.
Siku zimeenda, nami
Myra
nateta, mbona lienda?
Tafadhali imba na mimi.
Unampenda, tutakutana tena, Mungu akipenda.
Usilie, cheka na mimi.
Siku zimeenda, nami nateta, mbona lienda?
Tafadhali imba na mimi.
Unampenda, tutakutana tena, Mungu akipenda.
Usilie, cheka na mimi.
You now listening to Icon Radio, your number one entertainment.
Punjabi Mungra.
Arabins Massive. This is the man of the chemistry 2K for the Punjabi Mungra. Ndio. Bwana ndio. Sita yumba sitopenda mwingine. Bwana quality. Nakupenda Regina. 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 Kwanza kukuona moyo wangu uliblow. Ukicheza
tulicheza roga mafi club kwenye dance floor. Nilijongea taratibu tukacheza dance song. Viuno moto moto venye shinikizo. Sikutaraji ungekuwa wangu. Kumbe ulishanipenda peke yangu. Ukia busu wechaguo rangu. Regina mama wa watoto wangu.
Nishakula nyama mbichi moyo ushapenda wasi wako wa nini?
Bwana ndio.
Unanifata fata fata mani sema nimependea nini?
Bwana quality.
Nimependea vyote. Nakupenda Regina. 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 Regina.
Una makundi chona kupendea. Hawakudhani tungeendelea. Na sasa jahazi lina yeye. Letunzeli enzi penzi liziendelea. Wazidisha fitina. Uzushi kuzushia. Achana nao hao. Watakula kwa macho na usiku watasinzia.
Toa shaka kwako wewe nishafika siwe na shaka.
Bwana ndio.
Nipe raha popote tunapokasi nipe karaha.
Bwana quality.
Sitamani mwengine. Nakupenda Regina. 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 Regina. Kumisi. Regina. Sita yumba sitopenda mwingine. Nakupenda Regina. 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 Nakupenda Regina.
You're now listening to Icon Radio, your number one entertainment.
Wanga papa benyanga, wanga mama benyanga, khatavana benyanga, wanga papa benyanga, wanga mama benyanga, khatavana benyanga.
Me have to see that I mean I just really love God. When I'm gonna think about him, me just praise him. Because I know just merciful and wonderful for them. Me say that is available. He said the son just special that for me sin. Me have to see that I ain't really suffer. This is a man who no sacrifice all he had. So me and you again. Me have to say that me just ready to no cry. When I'm in a think about him, it's me no hell. I just call you brother and sister. We got to come together then I listen what to say. Me have to say this is a man who can walk on the water. Jesus Christ who no die for you and me. Me have to say that is the only thing. Me have to say that I'm gonna just love it till the end.
Wanga papa benyanga, wanga mama benyanga, khatavana benyanga, wanga papa benyanga, wanga mama benyanga, khatavana benyanga.
But this is according to the doctor, you are better than the rest. Like Tina, tell me say you're simply the best. Me love how you're blessed, me love all your ways. Me put you to the test and you are just the best. According to the doctor, you are better than the rest. Like Tina, tell me say you're simply the best. Me love how you're blessed, me love all your ways. Me put you to the test and you are just the best. I don't know what to say, cause everything of you is good, God. Me say my daughter, you are great, you are merciful, you are wonderful. I don't know what to say, cause everything you do is good. Take me with your Lord, I just need you now,
Wanga papa benyanga, wanga mama benyanga, khatavana benyanga, avanga papa benyanga avanga mama benyanga khatavana benyanga Make me strong like Samson. Give me wisdom like the one Solomon. Every rhyme me have to say me call you. I'm gonna need a you, man. I just think about you. Me believe that Jesus Christ left him missing. When me think about and me shout an amen. I'll never regret what decision me take. Because when I say that you know just said that for me and you.
Ningependeko kutuma salamu kwa wili kita Stephen Musieka, chapa tumasanarua na James Okutoni. Ujumbe ni kwamba Rapson amenunua ile simu inafikanga honi. Na wasisahau kukuja tukule ingoho tukienda Muigulu. Na ile mbuzi ya jirani sahi imesaa.
Vanga papa benyanga vanga mama benyanga khatavana benyanga avanga papa benyanga avanga mama benyanga khatavana benyanga avanga papa benyanga avanga mama benyanga khatavana benyanga avanga papa benyanga avanga mama benyanga.
مرضي كل يوم يا حبيبي قد مشى يا حبيبي قد مات إني بقيت وحدي ما علي أخرى يا حبيبي قد مشى يا حبيبي قد مات إني بقيت وحدي ما علي أخرى
Nateseka nimebaki na uzunika, machozi yaniondoka, kichwa kimenifituka. Namfikia Leila, namfikia Leila. Nakumbuka kama nyingi yeye akujifahiri, akujiona mrembo hata mbele ya banati. Kila jambo jema mimi nilomfanyia, alinambia
mashallah كل يوم كنت فرحا كل وقت كنت معها في المزرعة وفي المنام كنا معا نمنا معا كل يوم كنت فرحا كل وقت كنت معها في المزرعة وفي المنام كنا معا نمنا معا
nilipenda sana sikuweza
now listening to Icon Radio, your number one entertainment flag.
Yeah, hii story ni sad yani, lakini track ni ya DJ Loop, Rabbit na Harry Kimani. Odemo ni Probeti, ametoka Dodoma. Sasa ikabidi mpaka nipige story yake. Alikuwa ametoka Dodoma amekuja Nairobi kusoma. Hivyo ndo alinieleza siku ya kwanza mimi kumuona. Nilipigwa intro nikawa na mafikra za kilava, mafikra za kisasa, tuka switch number. Usiku kabla habari alikuwa simu ananipigia mpango na unapangwa vile kesho nitampitia. Betty, msema kibongo mrembo na umbi na macho, mwili pia nacho. Kujua na kwetu ikawa ni issue, kutukalisha pamoja ili tuleta karibu. Ananieleza kutembea vilabuni akiwa Dodoma, tukiwa town seasons na West Resorts. Alinishangaza na mafikra, tipesa si shida, lodging za kifahari, hoteli za nyota 5 gani tu kuingia. Nilimtoa masa kimapenzi vile inafaa, yeye alinionyesha jinsi vile mume anakaa.
Mbona umeniacha akilini ninazo picha zako? Betty, mbona umeniacha akilini ninazo picha zako? Betty.
Atonani na marafiki kila wakati ni Betty. Siku hizi sifanyi mziki kisa maana Betty. Na ukafika wakati wazazi uni Betty. Wakati ungesaka kwa kamusi maana ya mapenzi, ungepata jina zetu Rabbit na Betty. Alitambua miondoko ya hip hop kila wakati alicheza. Kando ya radio kuna kanda ya Phil Q na Professor Jay-Z, Nas, Tupac, Naughty by Nature. Mafikra nao yakanijia kwa akili nikakuwa na fear. Alimaliza semester kadhaa chuo kikuu Nairobi, za Dodoma, Tanga, Mikocheni ndio story. Yule alinipiga intro kwa rafiki yangu kwa Facebook, barua pepe ndio zake tumchungane na Betty. Nikimuuliza kwa nini ati kunieleza hawezi. Tuesday Betty alinitumia SMS asubuhi kunieleza tukutane station exactly 12:30.
Betty, mbona umeniacha akilini ninazo picha zako? Betty, mbona umeniacha akilini ninazo picha zako? Betty.
Nimefika 12:30, misioni Betty na matrend zote zishaenda, kwanza za TZ. Namba yake ya Zain nimejaribu haifanyi, kweli yangu ndio huo na bado siupati. Nilitoka stesheni usiku ile tu kutuamini, nilielekea nyumbani kuna Sama Jonzi. Baada ya wiki moja nasoma gazetini kwa mwizi mkubwa bongo ameuawa Mikocheni. Wengine walikimbia Betty ya kufanikiwa. Picha lake kubwa kwa gazeti limebandikwa The East African Daily Nation. Walitoa uondo ile kutuamini, akili karibu yende kombo. Kabla ende uwizi aliniandikia barua, hata nimetoka posta sasa nimeuchukua. Anasema Rabbit sikupenda kwake lakini alinipenda kwa dhati. Mpenzi wangu wa Dodoma, Betty.
Betty, mbona umeniacha akilini ninazo picha zako? Betty, mbona umeniacha akilini ninazo picha zako? Betty.
The Breakfast Jam, Myra Maloba.
Yeah, ndo story yangu na Betty, for real. Sa kila Tuesday mwendanga train station 12:30, sabu yendo memory niko nayo ya Betty, mtoto wa Dodoma. Betty jo, I miss you damn. True story.
You now listening to Icon Radio, your number one entertainment flag.
Ini wimbo ya kuwaza demu wangu, mbona kenda kaniwacha peke yangu?
sasa ni mimi tuna ikalamu yangu, roho yangu inakimbiza damu yangu nikiwaza kuna mwingine anaitimiza hamu yangu, najikaza sana bana, si mimi ni mwanaume, sitakusukuma na wewe usinisukume. Tulikutana mwezi 9 zimepita, bonge la show Mombasa, microphone nikashika, mina CLD tukamaliza kuimba binti, na baada ya show nyuma nakutana na binti karembo kazuri kasupu yani malaika, tabia kama zangu za kuflasha kwenye lighter, tukasalimiana zile za niaje fiti, nilikuwa nimesimama kasema karibu kiti, nikaketi tukabonga karibu masaa mawili, ananiuliza maswali za kunipima akili, akaniuliza kaniko na simu mimi, nikampa 0721 nini na kuanzia siku hiyo si tukawa marafiki, lakini sio kama Prezo na Niki. Siku ya kwanza bana itawezekana vipi?
Ninatafuta demu wangu na juta tu, nilimkosea sasa amepotea, nisamea,
baada ya wiki mbili si basi nikamwalika Nairobi City, akapanda basi akafika, alikuwa nasikia njaa tukala pizza mpaka tukashiba kabisa, kisha nikampeleka nyumbani kwetu na kwa wazazi, nikawambia mimi na huyu tuko na kazi, wazazi wangu wakamkaribisha poa ndani, akaketi alafu mimi ndio nikatoa plani ya kushuti video, mimi na yeye wimbo ya kabinti ye awe binti mwenyewe, dem alikubali tukafanya baadaye, lakini ndani kitu fulani mimi nasikia walai, kama nikimtazama roho inapiga sana, tukaangaliana mpaka mkono zikashikana, hiyo siku nikambusu mara ya kwanza, napenda vile mapenzi yetu ilipoanza.
ninatafuta demu wangu na juta tu, nilimkosea sasa amepotea,
Baada ya miezi 8 akahamia Nairobi, bahati yake akapata kazi kule Westi, tukahamia nyumba hapo tu karibu, na mambo yetu ikawa inaenda taratibu. Bahati mbaya gari yangu ikasizi, dei makawa anachukuliwa na machizi, wengine ambao wana pesa wana magari wanampeleka masehemu shuari, saa hizo mimi niko nyumbani nala ugali, na ningewapigia lakini hatujuani, usiku wanafanya nini sina habari, mara ya kwanza nikajifanya tu sijali, mara ya pili nikashindwa jamani nani, mara ya tatu nikasema hapa basi imezidi, lakini mara ya 4 ndio basi ilibidi. Usiamini ile mambo ya gazeti, mimi nawaambia mimi mwenyewe eti pia mimi naweza enda nikule happy, nimevumilia sana pia nachoka, nikamwambia Vanessa akatoroka, mimi nitaendelea na kazi yangu sijasota, oya Jamal sijasahau wewe ni nyoka.
ninatafuta demu wangu na juta tu, nilimkosea sasa amepotea,
The Breakfast Jam with the girl Myra Maloba with Africa. We're holding it down here at Icon Radio, #1 entertainment plug. All right. Ooh, that guitar is always just such on point. That was Bamboo with Nisame. We also had a Rabbit featuring Harry Kimani. The song was Dondoma, which was produced by Loops. What happened to
DJ Loop?
DJ Loop?
He's famous or infamous for producing the diss tracks.
Yes.
DJ Loop.
Yes, and he was such a corporate guy, and you couldn't believe it was the same guy who was over here just tearing up Nairobi with diss tracks.
He's one of the producers I wish I'd have met, Bana.
Oh, he was such a cool guy.
I love his tracks then.
Yeah.
There was the one he produced for Chihuahua. I love the beat, the diss track.
Right. Luke was a very chill, very, very chill guy. Where you at, man? Where you at?
Shout, man.
Yes, holla at your peoples. All right, we also had Ramjeez with Habibi. That one, who I've never had. I wouldn't even like. I was like, "Ay, sasa you."
Let me tell you the truth. I thought it was the other one. Habibi.
Hey, shock on you.
Shock on both of us. but at least I've learned a new song.
I like your honesty, cause I was like, okay, maybe I'm being schooled on something that I've never heard before.
So when it
And they're like,
started,
you
I
know.
was like, okay, this is not the but it's still Kenyan. And
Yeah, it's still
people,
Kenyan,
it's
and
still throwback, so it qualifies.
I like your sense of diversity, but anyway, Hapo, I was just like, okay, well, this is what we're doing. So I'm rolling with it. But yes, that is still Kenyan music, and we embrace it right here at the home of Kenyan music, Icon Radio, your number one entertainment plug. Of course, we're going in studio behind the cameras, Kelvin Mwangi, always doing an amazing job, and super producer
Kunta Official Beats.
Get the name right. Yeah. All right. It is Innovation Mondays, and we're looking at people who are making a mark with their innovation and their tech and their ability to just inure the lives of Kenyans in one way or another. All right. Today, guys, sorry. I didn't mean to do that on mic. Hold on. No one came from nowhere. But yes, we're looking at Machakos businessman counts on pump to boost food production and in semi-arid region. Now, you guys who are Kwitu, you know Machakos can get very, very dry. Like literally, there are waterbeds that are existing, but there are just literally there's nothing in it. It also gets very hot. The extremes is actually polar opposites. It can either get extremely hot or extremely cold, depending on where you're coming from. And both extremes really do affect the people of Machakos and that eastern area pretty heavy. Now, from the outside, Daniel Mutinda's workshop at the heart of Ndalani's township in Machakos County looks ordinary. Now, a closer look, however, reveals that it is no ordinary workspace. Inside, a team of artisans used recycled gas cylinders and car tires to produce matumbi, the local name for custom-made hydraulic ram, which is hydram, water pumps, which are powered by water. Now, Mutinda, who explains displaying the mastery of Benoli's principle, the scientific underpinning of the hydram pump, says we utilize used gas cylinders and car tires to make hydram pumps. We install a long galvanized steel pump at a gradient to speed water into the pump. The speed of water increases its force as it enters the pump. Now, Daniel Benoli, a Swiss mathematician and physicist, discovered that the pressure within a moving fluid decreases when its speed increases. Now, the hydram pump works through converting the kinetic energy of speeding water to pressure energy, which pumps out water to high altitudes and long distances through a narrow delivery pipe fixed on vacuum chamber. Now, Lawrence Matolo is a chairman of Inventors and Innovators Association of Kenya and also a lecturer at Machakos University. Here comes Machakos University again with its innovations. Who knew? Who knew that they'll be producing things that either would save the lives of people or, again, take us to space? How amazing is that?
Necessity is the mother of invention.
I'm telling you. Yeah. And it's creating just amazing, amazing things coming out of there. All right, we'll be taking a look at the technology when we after we take a small break. But for now, we'll be having music from Daddy Owen, Gospel Fathers, Jog C. That's the name I was looking for. Jog C. Manzi produced amazing music during that time. And of course, Risasi and Suzuki. And before even we go on the break, I meant to say, before you hit me with that song for Habibi, don't you think like Bamboo is like kind of like the Kenyan Kanye West?
With his controversies and everything.
Absolutely. First of all, he's a brilliant mind.
Yeah.
With amazing, amazing music. Every time he produces it with an amazing voice, very unique. But then his downfall is the things he says.
Yeah, with his getting saved, then backsliding, then getting saved, coming out with his conspiracies each and every day.
Yeah.
He even has a book.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's our Kenyan Kanye.
Yeah, he is. Even just with the things like literally just even within his salvation, the people he tends to call out and what he says about them, like he goes really far. He goes really, really far. But the thing you can't take away from him is his genius.
Him as a rapper, to me, he was one of the best.
Definitely.
Lyrically, Bambo is still one of the best.
Definitely. All right. We're going to take a break with the music and we'll be coming back and looking more at the high drum after this.
The Breakfast Jam with Myra Maloba.
Sisi twaja wakilisha sasa, mimi na wewe na mimi, tuko hapa kuwapa sio kuchemsha. Nenda mbele, nenda nyuma, rudi katikati, we katikaka una raha, kwani ndio wasawa raha. If you hear me, we wacha kuzubaha. Cheza ndani ya dance floor kwa furaha kama mtoto aliyepata jino moja. Cause you got to be happy, itapawe kupatika, wataka ku make your day kuwe better. Na maybe umesota kufika hapa, mbona sasa wewe unachemsha? Ni kwa nini we kufreeze kwenye dance floor? Rosha mkono juu na anza wakilisha.
Mr. DJ, cheza hiyo song usilile. Mr. DJ, cheza upandishie wase. Mr. DJ, cheza hiyo song usilile. Mr. DJ, cheza upandishie wase.
You now listening to Icon Radio, your number one entertainment flag.
Nimependwa na fundi wa bao, je wewe umependwa? Nimependwa na fundi wa bao, je wewe umesamehewa? Nimependwa na fundi wa bao, je wewe umependwa? Nimependwa na fundi wa bao, je wewe umesamehewa?
Shida mingi mimi niliona mengi ya kuchosha toka mapande yote ya kona shida zilizidi kuchomoka nilimkumbuka mtu mmoja huyu naitwa ni Mola nilipiga goti na kumwomba naye fundi akaniokoa. Emmanuel, Emmanuel, Emmanuel ndiye fundi pekee. Emmanuel, Emmanuel, Emmanuel ndiye fundi pekee.
Umependwa, nimependwa na fundi wa mbao. Je, wewe umesamehewa? Nimependwa na fundi wa mbao. Je, wewe umependwa? Nimependwa na fundi wa mbao. Je, wewe umesamehewa?
Nimetafuta kote for quite a long time, fundi wa kunitosheleza. Shida sio viti wala meza, ila nina mahitaji ya kindani. Mimi nina moja tatizo, fanicha zote niko nazo, kama ni kabati na vitanda vyote niko navyo jamani, lakini ni katika hali ya kujichunguza. Usiku na mchana mimi nawaza, nitaenda wapi wangu muli ukizorota. Swali najiuliza, so nahitaji fundi wa roho yangu, atakayeijenga nafsi yangu, si mwingine ila Kristo, Simba wa Yuda aliyejulikana kama fundi wa mbao. Mbao, mbao.
Nimependwa na fundi wa mbao. Je, wewe umesamehewa? Nimependwa na fundi wa mbao. Je, wewe umependwa? Nimependwa na fundi wa mbao. Je, wewe umesamehewa?
Alifunzwa kutoka utotoni na baba yake kutengeneza meza na fete za mama yake, kusipika randa na range ili wauze, kuunganisha na misumare. Na baba yake hakujua zitamsulubisha na watu wote. He's just a carpenter, wakasema oh, he's just a carpenter. Piga magoti naita Mwokozi, tazama yeye. Napiga magoti naita Mwokozi, tazama yeye. Napiga magoti naita Mwokozi, tazama yeye. Napiga magoti naita Mwokozi, tazama yeye. Nipige randa nipige randa oh, nipige randa Mwokozi fundi wa mbao, niwe sambamba niwe sawa sawa oh, nipige randa Mwokozi fundi wa mbao.
Jésus-Christ, le roi des rois, mon Seigneur et mon sauveur. Vous comprenez? Si unaelewa,
Come on. Napiga magoti naita Mwokozi, tazama yeye. 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 Nipige randa nipige randa oh, nipige randa Mwokozi fundi wa mbao, niwe sambamba niwe sawa sawa oh, nipige randa Mwokozi fundi wa mbao.
You now listening to Icon Radio, your number one entertainment plug.
Tia, twende kazi, mambo mbaya, churea.
Yesu alisema wacheni watoto wote waje kwangu, hakuna kuona ufalme mpaka upate Yesu. Yesu alisema wacheni watoto wote waje kwangu, ufalme watenganishwa na yule mwovu shetani.
Shetani kweli hauna chako, nishagundua mambo na lengo lako. Staki vibes zako na story zako, kwa maana ukicheki hauna lako. Nishakuona kadarubini, umeuma vako ni katumbili. Ukicheki cheki tuko wawili, ni mimi na Yesu siyo kimwili. Alafu Isaka na Yakobo, Musa na Elia, Elisha na Daudi, Danieli na Yeshua. Alafu tena ni Paulo, Petro na Yohana, Samsoni na Isaya.
Yesu alisema wacheni watoto wote waje kwangu, hakuna kuona ufalme mpaka upate Yesu. Yesu alisema wacheni watoto wote waje kwangu, ufalme watenganishwa na yule
Everybody look for Messiah, usitafute shetani ndiye fire unayotaka we utayapata, ukitafuta shetani we utahata. Ruka ruka piga nduru, look for place manze tunabuduni, nashika mic nikiapa vile jemedare amenipamba, si tahata we kumwabudu siku mchana bado na mabudu ye pekee ndiye nipa uhuru. Basi asanta na shukuru, ni mimi nawe kila wakati na kuabudu. Je na kuabudu, ni mimi nawe kila wakati na kuabudu. Nyuki ndogo 1 2.
Yesu alisema wacheni watoto wote waje kwangu, hakuna kuona ufalme mpaka upate Yesu. Yesu alisema wacheni watoto wote waje kwangu, ufalme watenganishwa na yule mwovu shetani.
Niko hapa tena pale ndio mjue Jesus Christ anipenda, ananibamba, ananikuachi na bado niko strong, sikuachi manze. Nilikuwa na shida, shetani alikuwa akiniwinda usiku na mchana, bado niko kwa shida. Hakuwa nataka nikapoa but kwa shida. Hii ni story ya mine, ndio life ya mine, vile adui amenitray. Mungu Baba narudishe shukurani kwa kunipa hii wakati.
Simama imara, Yesu ako nawe. Simama imara, Yesu ako nawe. Yesu alisema wacheni watoto wote waje kwangu, hakuna kuona ufalme mpaka upate Yesu. Yesu alisema wacheni watoto wote waje kwangu, ufalme watenganishwa na yule mwovu shetani. Yesu alisema, Yesu alisema, Yesu alisema, la 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 la. Yesu alisema, Yesu alisema, Yesu alisema, la 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 la. Yesu alisema, Yesu alisema, Yesu alisema, la 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 la. Yesu alisema, Yesu alisema, Yesu alisema, la 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 la.
Daddy Owen, Danko, Big Jack Lemo na Lamstand Records. Lamstand Records.
Today years old, finding out that I was a Clemo beat. I had no idea.
That was Clemo?
Yes, he said beat ya Clemo.
What? Yeah, I didn't know
Yes.
even.
You didn't hear it. Now you know.
Now I know.
Yes.
And one of the guys I would have really loved for him to stay in the music industry for longer was Danko.
Yes, but now he's doing like the radio thing.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know that.
Probably, yeah, he's doing the gospel radio thing, but yeah, probably, yeah, because he has energy for days.
Yeah, actually, one interesting thing, I was in the same primary school with Danko.
Were you?
Yeah.
Oh.
But he was a class ahead of me, but I was in the same class with his small brother. Anto is still doing gospel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yes, it would be great to see him back in the scene because for sure he was very energetic. I usually used to love his energy.
The guy was talented. The
Exactly.
ragga thing and the dancehall.
Yes. Even in Kupendekale, as in like he went up for you to Lingala and you're still Yani, he's that talented guy, Yani. And he has this voice that you can never forget. Yeah, so that was Yesu Alisema Watoto by Daddy Owen featuring Danko. Gospel Fathers, Jogsi Fudi Wambao. Now, Gospel Fathers was the late Peter Kaberere, right?
Yeah.
Lena, who was my camp counselor when I was a teenager.
Okay.
Yes, very tall guy, very funny guy. And Grapevine, who was one of my camp counselors as well.
Ah, interesting.
And Peter Cabrera also was a counselor when we were in high school.
Yeah.
Yes. And he was also, he was a camp counselor, and we were with him in high school. He was 2 years ahead of me when we were in high school together. Yes, so and they made amazing music. Also, Cabaret was a brilliant, also one of the most brilliant minds I ever met. Grapevine also still doing his thing. Also an MC, massive MCs, massive MC that very many events have been, weddings, events, you name it. Lena does you, man, happy. Please, holla at your girl. All right, we also had Risasi and Suzuki with Mr. DJ.
Representing for the Coastal guys.
I'm telling you, right? And this week is massive. First of all, we have a big project that we're going to be unleashing this week for our coastal people. Also, Nafsi Huru. Nafsi Huru. Rice Ndani Ekulu, who's going to be doing his event this week. On Wednesday at Gecko Cafe from 7 to 9 p.m. I am rocking up hard because let me tell you, I have watched so many videos of Nasihuru's performances, but I've never seen it live. So this one I am not missing at all.
See, you missed the first one.
Man, they don't even tell me. I'm still feeling bad. Then there was cake and I missed everything. But for sure, I'm going to be there this Wednesday. So be sure to rock up because I know it's on a free event.
Yeah.
So be sure to rock up, and you know Nafsiruda in play with his live performances because it comes in with a live band. So it's going to be massive tunes with a little bit of soul, a little bit of coastal vibes, a little bit of, emotions, as you're saying from his album Uhuru and Nafsi. So be sure to check that out. It's going to be absolutely massive.
And when he's rocking with the likes of Juma Tutu, who are you to miss that?
How? I'm there 100%. 100%. It's going to take a lot out of me not to be jumping up on stage and just making noise. All right. I am telling you, I'm going to be the full groupie this week rather. All right. So we're taking a bit of a look at the hydrum technology. So although hydrum water pumps were introduced into the country during the colonial era, generators powered by petrol, diesel, electricity, and solar have since overshadowed hydrum technology. Wary of the skyrocketing cost of fuel and high maintenance costs of the popular diesel pumps, dozens of residents of Yatta and Mwala regions in Machakos County are, however, embracing this technology. Mutinda's ingenuity is behind a growing uptake of hydrum pumps in the semi-arid region. Now, in the last 8 years, we have installed more than 3,000 hydrum pumps in the rivers Athi, Thika, and Languni. This has boosted entrepreneurship, offers Mutinda. Now, its clients include a team of businessmen based at Kaba Township. They use hydrum pumps to draw water from River Athi for irrigation besides selling the commodity to the community. They are inspired by the Kaba High School, which has operated this kind of pump to draw water from Athi River for more than 50 years. In the neighboring Nalani region, many of the farmlands teem with lush crops throughout the year, and many of the farmers have installed hydrum pumps which they use to irrigate their crops, and they have defied agronomists who recommend drip irrigation to preserve water. And drip irrigation is very archaic, if I'm not wrong. There are things we learned in primary school, right?
Studied in agriculture.
Yes. So I guess this is one way of them saying, listen, leave the old ways and embrace the new, because now we've created a new way for you guys to actually be able to, farm and irrigate.
Yeah, we need more food. We need to improve on our food security.
Yes,
especially with the effects of climate change.
There we go.
We really need to step up on how we cultivate our food and have more food, man.
Exactly.
It's the 21st century. How are we still claiming about hunger?
And that was also part of the manifesto in Ruto's campaign. And he was like the increase of just agricultural activity within the country. So teaming up with people like these would actually give a big boost. And we're talking about it looking at other areas, not only in Machakos, but also the desert areas and how you can irrigate. I mean, like I said, if drug lords in Mexico were able to do hectares and hectares and hectares of weed in the desert, how can you not say that we cannot do farming in the desert? It's absolutely possible.
Very, very possible.
Yes.
So all it takes is the political will to do it.
Exactly. There we go. Now, there is training that is involved, and although Mutinda has not received any formal training in engineering, he's good at his job and is able to train others as well. After completing primary school, he worked as an apprentice at a workshop located at Ndalani Township. Then he took a beaten path fabricating metal doors and windows under various employers. This is how he met Mzee Nganga, a veteran artisan who has been producing hydram pumps for years in the region. The elderly man, who has since retired to his home in Kiwanzani village in Mavoloni region of Machakos County, having mentored many and worked closely with the Europeans in servicing hydram pumps, and within a short time he mastered the skill over the years, and he honed his knowledge on the technology. He charges at least 200,000 to fabricate and install a pump, which is pretty reasonable. The cost varies depending on the distance the pump is expected to deliver water, and the bulk of the cost of the hydram pump goes to buying heavy-duty galvanized steel pumps. So today, Mr. Mutinda is our icon of the day, creating ways for which Kenyans and people in the who live within the Machakos area are able to irrigate, and that's just from getting water from the Athi River. And he is a person who is creating ways for people to put food on their tables and make money while at it. For today, thank you, Mr. Mutinda, for the work you're doing, and of course, the people of Machakos University. You are definitely, Mr. Mutinda, our icon of the day. Keep doing what you do.
I mean, it's an honor, and can always salute him like this.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, our people have woken up nice and early when we chai. They are ready to applaud for anything else that is happening today. So be sure to hit us up and let us know who your icon of the day is. Who are you celebrating? On +254 788 0030. Also here on Innovation Mondays, if you have something that you're working on and would love to, kind of like put it to the world, let us know. Or if you know somebody who has an innovation that is impacting Kenyans or can impact Kenyans in a positive way, let us know. We'll hide them here on Innovation Mondays for free, absolutely for free, and we'll help you spread the word, because of course the country needs more people like you. All right, we're getting back into the music as we head into the top of the hour. We have music from Giuliani, Kenzo, and Mizani, and then we're getting into the request hour. Remember, your bosses are between 9 and 10.
Just for 1 hour.
For 1 hour too.
But these guys take advantage of us. That 1 hour. What they did to us on Friday.
We have not forgotten, but it was a fun session. So be sure to hit us up with your request on +254 788 380030. Your bosses, we got you covered. All right, this is Icon Radio, your number one entertainment plug.
Wanaweka trust kwa hela, tumiko chai sukari kwa chakula. Wanaweka trust kwa hela, tumiko chai sukari kwa chakula.
Na cheki price tag before purchase, ikiweka uzito kwa budget, but then wanapika githeri na sini kibogoyo. Tactics za uchoyo, wako chat juu wezi for club. Tuko right to you left, anaingia kwa marriage, sex, you illegal. Hisi kalongolongo, mbona kudu kenye si udu. Kila siku sabieta ituliwi katishu. Mse msoko, analia njaa. Sonko, ana complain obesity. Okay, uko sensitive, kila picha ina negative. Shida wezi hata uwe actor wa Matrix.
Wanaweka trust kwa hela, wanaweka trust kwa hela,
tumiko chai sukari kwa chakula.
wanaweka trust kwa hela,
tumiko chai sukari kwa chakula. Circumstance distances inja circumference ya god sambamba na kuvaa vest kwa maeskimo nikuwa show nikuwa bo mbwa kali electric fence uprotect life lakini hauko safe from a nagging wife kila sipi na tagging pain ama ni recipe ya mkocho when I'm faithful au mangi ama unajoza lojo zote bure tracksuit mbu na bullet uiue endea ule kabure jayo na skeleton yani kwa hela 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 wanaweka trust kwa hela tupiko tai sukari kwa chakula wanaweka trust kwa hela 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 tupiko tai sukari kwa chakula.
Give me a voice that's louder than a whisper. Give me instruction direct from a scripture. Give me a platform like that of a teacher. Give me a chance to influence the future. Let me show you how much you matter. How even you can walk on water. Hand you your best life on a platter. Flow with it, rock with it, run with it harder. It's easy, just follow me, baby. Step one starts when you're calling him, baby. Give it everything like you're losing it, baby. That's no good if you're losing it, baby. Got it all planned, don't worry about it. The best is ahead, I'm sure about it. And you can trust him, baby, for whatever. Cause he's the biggest boss that you've seen ever.
Hela, 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 wanaweka trust kwa hela tupiko tai sukari kwa chakula wanaweka trust kwa hela hela, 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 tupiko tai sukari kwa chakula.
You're now listening to Icon Radio, your number one entertainment plug.
Matata hii. Mama Milka, mbona unanitesa? Kenzo. Tumekuwa mabeste tangu utotoni. Tumesoma pamoja tangu utotoni. Tumecheza pamoja michezo ya utotoni. Sasa mimi mtu mzima natafuta mchumba. Mama, nampenda mtoto wako, naomba nikubalie nijipange naye. Mama, nampenda mtoto wako, naomba nikubalie nijipange naye. Jamani, unasema wataka mwenye suti awe na digiri toka university, sio wa kusakanya, hajiwezi mwenyewe, nitafanya chochote, wesema tu, nitakwenda kokote, wesema tu, nitakupa chochote, wesema tu. Mama, nampenda mtoto wako, naomba nikubalie nijipange naye. Mama, nampenda mtoto wako, naomba nikubalie nijipange naye. Nampenda mtoto, nampenda mtoto wako. Mama, nampenda mtoto, nampenda mtoto wako. Ati ogopa, ati ogopa. Mimi naye tunafaana siku mingi, tumejuana si utani na kuomba. Mimi naye tunafaana siku mingi, tumejuana si utani na kuomba. Mimi naye tunafaana siku mingi, tumejuana si utani na kuomba. Mimi naye tunafaana siku mingi, tumejuana si utani na kuomba. Mama, nampenda mtoto wako, naomba nikubalie
You're now listening to Icon Radio, your number one entertainment player.
Uko flani ndani ya lab na mezani, ukituona ndani ya club samahani. Kwa makofi ndani ya fane na mnadani, ukipatana ndani ya club ho ni aje, ukipatana ndani ya sampro ni aje, ukipatana ndani ya club ho ni aje. Uko flani ndani ya lab na mezani, wakituona ndani ya slam.
2006 nashika nazika naandika mistari mizani methali mezani ulidhani ni nani amekuja kubadili famili zote za ghetto na mento vitendo minendo. Hebu punguza mapupa za media kipindi ni ya MAU double penye si struggle kupita through milango za dancehall ni jasho za dando iwe hardcore makomasho tuko macho anko nipe heshima lazima hasla tashiba kabla lipekeja teja fadhali we kilema hema kabla ulalejela msela tigika na mabega kubali we ni memba wahenga walisema gema kisifiwa lazima utazidiwa
Biko flani ndani ya lab na mezani, ukituona ndani ya club samahani. Hawa magrupi ndani ya fane na mnagani, ukipatana ndani ya club ho ni aje, ukipatana ndani ya sampro ni aje, ukipatana ndani ya club ho ni aje. Uko flani ndani ya lab na mezani, wakituona ndani ya slam.
Soma dibaji ya wenyeji nasemaje, soma gazeti za Dandora zinasemaje, uko kwa mikono za polisi utahepaje, umekutana na jambazi si ujikate, uko flani wa kibandani usijishashe, kama una gode na kilaita si ukibashe, zikusanye usijibanze, heri ujikaze wasikupate, ni mapema itabidi ujipange, hawa mafala hawataki si tumange, ipate kwa club lazima wajirushe, tupate kwa slums lazima tuwakilishe, jipate kwa show lazima ujulishwe, ni hip hop ni hii song I distort hii single ni nini ni ligo ni lito ilivyo UK double o MAU double.
Uko flani ndani ya lab na mezani, ukituona ndani ya club samahani. Hawa magrupi ndani ya fane na mnagani, ukipatana ndani ya club ho ni aje, ukipatana ndani ya sampro ni aje, ukipatana ndani ya club ho ni aje. Uko flani ndani ya lab na mezani, wakituona ndani ya slam. Uko flani ndani ya lab na mezani, ukituona ndani ya club samahani. Hawa magrupi ndani ya fane na mnagani, ukipatana ndani ya club ho ni aje, ukipatana ndani ya sampro ni aje, ukipatana ndani ya club ho ni aje. Uko flani ndani ya lab na mezani, wakituona ndani ya slam.
Kama umeshika kuna magava mitaani, soma dibaji ya wenyeji nasemaje, kama umekutwa ukikunya hadharani, soma dibaji ya wenyeji nasemaje, kama umekutwa ukilala darasani, soma dibaji ya wenyeji nasemaje, soma gazeti za Dandora zinasemaje, uko flani kibandani usijishashe, uko flani kibandani usijishashe.
LOL ati yolo life unataka kuishi faster than a car kwenye rhyme take it slow kwenye game wezi ni show ukikata Twitter tutacheka LOL ati yolo life unataka kuishi faster than a car kwenye beat take it slow kwenye flow wezi ni show ukikata Twitter tutacheka Buda usicheze na mimi Luther I'm the Luther King on this Kwa bawat zangu ziko perfect on this line So you try Kwenye game yangu wezi ni fry Yule demaze yako shine Tupalai na kakry Akiwalai usilete story za ndovu Misiku niko juu Niko kwenye hii juu Nikirap kwenye hii fame Niko kwenye hii queue Nikidrive slowly on the lane Drill kwenye beat insane LOL ati yolo life unataka kuishi faster than a car kwenye rhyme take it slow kwenye game wezi ni show ukikata Twitter tutacheka LOL ati yolo life unataka kuishi faster than a car kwenye beat take it slow kwenye flow wezi ni show ukikata Twitter tutacheka Rhymes zangu ziko siko like the seaport, like the lips coat. Oh my shikitu se tusu on the kito wapi Tokyo. Stuck in the world like Oreo, back in the days like radio. Mkalimani alisema Roy Z, nimeleta mafia than mafia. Nimefanya wasani wanajificha na kofia.